I'm excited for 2023. One thing that I would encourage you all to do, if you haven't already, I know Laura Hyatt has been anxiously awaiting this time to see how many people actually fall out of the board. And so if you remember, on page 14 in Shift, they talk about those two graphs, right? So there's the graph of available income, which is measured by closed units. And what I'm seeing across the country from all of you and just my own research is that closed units are down about 30 to 35% over the last 3 months. And we should see a big reduction in the number of agents. And so I want you all paying attention to that. Board dues will make a big difference because of, the money they have to pay out. So just get your finger on the pulse of how many agents are actually in your market, because we should start to see that come down. All right, let's jump into the lesson of the week. And the first lesson that I want to share with you, there's actually two of them. And the second one is more of an exercise. But I was on Facebook the other day, and I don't know who this lady is, but this lady shared this quote right here. And I thought this was so great. And can you all see that? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. So she said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but your ability to create the reality that you want is directly determined by your willingness to experience its opposite. Saving money will have you feeling broke while it's actually making you rich. Setting boundaries will have you feeling alone while you're actually creating new healthy relationships in your life. Digging up your trauma will have you feeling broken while it's actually healing you. Working out has you feeling weak while it's actually making you strong. Learning something new makes you feel dumb while it's making you more intelligent. Your ability to attain the thing that you want is directly correlated with how willing you are to experience its opposite. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable to truly achieve success. And what that reminded me of, you guys, was actually, as many of you have heard me say, one of my all-time favorite quotes, or I should say questions, comes from the book Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. And she asked the question, what is it that you were unwilling to feel? And what I find and have found over time and coaching people is that when I look at interference, the thing that keeps people from ultimately achieving what it is that they want. And when I say people, I'm lumping myself in there. I'm not saying that I'm a guru or have it all figured out. But it is the inability to deal with the emotions we don't want to feel in the pursuit of what we ultimately want. In fact, one of the things that I've shared in Grind Unbeatable Mind is this idea of frustration intolerance, that I am immune to the emotions that I deem as negative, that I will not allow those emotions to keep me from getting what it is that I ultimately want. And so I want you all to take away from this 3 things. The first one is her lesson, that whatever you're pursuing, you will have to feel the opposite in most cases in order to get it. Secondly, what is it that you are unwilling to feel? And the reason I asked that question is kind of the cornerstone of my freed life is this process of observation, examination, observation, examination. And one of the things that we teach people to observe and examine are the people, places, and things that you actively avoid. Because whatever you're avoiding, it's typically because there is an emotion that you are unwilling to feel. And if you really get this, that this idea of frustration and tolerance, that I am not afraid, I am immune to the emotions that I ultimately don't want to feel. It's not about feeling happy, it's about feeling it all, right? Then you are ultimately free. And then, the last part is I want you guys, as we shift into this first quarter of 2023 and seeing what the real estate market has in store for us, there's an exercise that I want each of you to take away. And if you're a coaching client of mine that we do one-on-one calls, we're going to go through this week. So please take this and do your best with it. Laura will pop it into the chat box, but I want to know what would have to happen to make this 90 days the best 90 days of your life. So we're going to drop an exercise. It's very simple. There it is. And we call it My Best 90. This is supposed to be fun. But what I want to get a handle on is what it is that you're looking to really implement. Maybe it's something that you are looking to stop doing, but what do we need to focus on in the first 90 days of 2023? So that is in the chat box. We'll also put it in the Facebook group for those of you who are watching this as a recording. But I think there's all kinds of things, and I'll drop that. I'll have Laura drop that quote, that screenshot in there as well. But there's all kinds of richness in what we just shared, and I would invite you to really consider that as you move through this week. So I'm excited. 2023 is going to be a good one, and I'm happy to be in business with all of you. And I can't wait to hear about your stories and your holiday season, and looking forward to our calls this and next week. Thank you all for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.